Cowboys been quiet lately, man. I know Jerry Jones is pretty in his feelings to see the Patriots get all this publicity, even though it's bad publicity. The freaking Cowboys don't have a chance to get no publicity right now. And I know Jerry Jones is itching. He ready to stir something up. But anyways, the Cowboys drafted a safety in Caleb Downs with the 11th overall pick. Now, Wilmore, you're a safety. You understand the position, how the safety position can affect offense and things like that, right? Do you think it's worth it for a team to draft a safety with the 11th overall pick?
Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you? I've come from, the Falcons where me and Deku was there. We you know what I'm saying, we led the NFL in interceptions somewhere around there, but that's the year we both went to the Pro Bowl, and we're not taking credit, but we also know how important the safety is to the defense. You as a corner know, shit, we got to line the entire defense up with the quarterback of the defense.
So you're saying a safety is worth the 11th overall pick, and if you're saying a safety is worth the 11th overall pick, name 3 safeties that you think should be are worth the 11th overall pick.
Now or past,
present, or the future.
Be honest, me, and I'm only saying that in the aspect of how I was used.
We keeping you out of this. You keep you out.
I'm gonna say, I gotta throw me in there. Of course, Ed Reed, his smarts. You know what I'm saying? How he played the game. He's a game changer, bro. I mean, come on, man.
Ed Reed, that's one.
Shit, Troy Polamalu, and I think I want to go back to Brian Dawkins, of course, and Bob Sanders. That's 4, but them some of the guys I would have took top 10. But you got to think about the guys who went top 10 and how they panned out. It wasn't too good. You got LaRon Landry, Michael Huff. Who else was that went super high? You had a couple. Eric Berry.
Yeah, Eric Berry.
You got a bunch of guys that went high. Yeah. I mean, they was decent, but we talking Hall of Fame players versus top 10 picks.
I can't see a top 10 or 11th overall pick worth taking a safety. Unless, like we say, unless it's an Ed Reed, unless that player is so.
How do you know what you got until they? You see what I'm saying? Most safeties that come out of college ain't like that.
I'm watching the film. I'm watching the footage and I'm watching the film. He has to be very productive. He has to be aggressive to the football. He has to create a lot of turnovers in order for me to think this pick is worth it, because I can potentially get a safety later on in the draft. Now, unless you
won't get that safety. You won't get that safety. I'm talking about, think about the guys I use, like LaRon Landry. When he came out of college at LSU, they fresh off a national championship. Think about it. The guy was a monster. The dude was,
he was a monster. But
he was ripped up.
That didn't transpire into the NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you know what you're getting until they get to the NFL? Like, basically what I'm saying is,
when you scouted Ed Reed in college at the University of Miami, you saw him.
But you got to think about who Ed played with. Ed had, you feel what I'm saying? Ed had superstars around him, bro.
In NFL. He still did it in NFL. So,
I mean, but you got to think about where he was at, and shit, they drafted him to Baltimore when he had the same thing.
Troy Polamalu, in my opinion, is another one that's kind of overrated, right? He get a lot of publicity. He has made some single plays that was pretty awesome, but he hasn't had a body of work during a season or a career that made him so outstanding. Like, if you look at his stats and look, like his best season was, he only had one season with 5 or 6 interceptions and a few turnovers. He flies around and things like that, but man, I've seen some productive safeties, man. I've seen very productive safeties, man. Like Rodney Harrison, they don't understand. He was the first player to go 30 for 30 interceptions, 30 and 30 sacks. 30 M's. Right. You know what I mean? The only other player to do that is Ray Lewis. You understand?
You forgot about Adrian Wilson did the same thing. You don't even know.
No, Rodney was the first person.
Right, but that's why I said it's about the element of the game that changes. Adrian Wilson came right after that, or during that time, he did the same exact thing. It depends on how you use it.
I don't think he did it. There's no other players that did it.
I mean, he was right there. I think he was a bunch of sacks and interceptions also.
Brian Dawkins is right there. He had like 30 interceptions and like 27 sacks or something like that.
That's how Adrian Wilson was. I think he had like 24, 25, but that's why I'm using him. You got, you know what I'm saying, the big names, and then you got Adrian Wilson, who's down in Arizona, who ain't getting the same pub, but he still got the same stats, and he was a baller. Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is how you said Troy Polamalu, I've watched film on him several times. And I remember like yesterday, our safety DB coach, Tim Lewis, I think he was playing Pittsburgh, whatever the case. I was watching Troy Polamalu, and I remember him like yesterday, he said, don't watch 43. He doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Right, he said, don't watch 43. He do his own thing. I watched that man come from middle of the field coverage, cover 3, and jump a slant, bro.
No, that's one play. We can't look at one play and give someone the credit of being the greatest ever and things like that. You have to always look at the body of work.
He got the body of work, bro. We ain't gonna do that to Troy. I mean, he got the body of work, bro. I'm gonna go get my jersey in a minute. I just got me Troy Polamalu jersey, bro. So what I'm saying is, buddy, you got to think about who he played with, what defense is he around, and I'm not taking nothing away from John Abraham, Croy Beardman.
So tell me this: can Caleb Downs be a Troy Polamalu or Ed Reed or something in that nature to be worthy of 11th overall pick?
In Dallas, no, because he ain't got the pieces that go together. You got to have front 7, bro, to be a great safety. I don't care who you is. If you look at all the safeties that played and that was great, they had a off the chain front 7 from Brian Dawkins, bro, to the players he had in front of him. I can't. Who y'all have in Philly? A linebacker. I want to say. What's that linebacker that was flying around, hitting everything, tackling machine, bro?
Yeah, he used to come down here like Jeremiah Trotter.
Jeremiah
Trotter was one of them. They had Hugh Douglas.
Y'all had a bunch, bro.
You know, they had a few. You know, Brian Dawkins played for the Eagles for a while, so
that's my point.
Several.
Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins, whoever you name, think about the front 7 they had, and that goes into account of how good of a safety you can. You ain't got no front 7, no pressure on the quarterback. I don't give a damn who you is at safety. You ain't hitting on nothing because, you know what I'm saying, any quarterback can pick you apart.
You're 100% right. You definitely have to take that into account. You for linebackers as well, man. The game starts with the front 4 on both sides of the football. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. And Pittsburgh always had an awesome front 4, front 7. And
so that goes to Caleb Downs. What I was saying, I don't think Dallas has the front 7 to make him into a household Hall of Fame player. And there's no disrespect to Caleb Downs.
No disrespect. I just don't see enough from him. Now, honestly, when he was at Alabama as a young athlete, he looked very athletic, fluent. He looked more. He looked like more of a ball hawk when he was in Alabama, right? He looked like that player. He looked like he probably could play a little bit of corner, a little bit of nickel. Then he went to Ohio State. Then he looked like he became more of an aggressive hitter, downhill player, a player that got a little more, little stiff than he was compared to when he was at Alabama. The weight program and things like that changed his body, man. And I don't think he. I don't know, man. We'll see. But it's going to be hard for him to be successful.
But he's another one of them guys that have been highly rated since he came out of high school.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That follows you, man. Yeah, for sure.
That definitely follows you. That's Eric Berry was the same way. You know, coming out of high school, highly #1 safety coming out of high school, and it followed him.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for the young cat. I trained him when he was young. Caleb Downs, you know, he's a Georgia boy up there in Grayson. He was around the corner from me. Like I said, he's a hell of an athlete, bro.
Shout out to Caleb Downs, man. We're rooting for you,
sure.
Man. We just telling you everything is stacked up against you, man. And that's just how it is when you play for Dallas, man. You got drafted. Congratulations, man. And
I can see you down in Dallas,
change Dallas, man. He could change everything going on, but ain't nothing going on in Dallas, man. Ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing hitting them. Yeah, I think it's over with for them. I think it's over with. What you think of Dak Prescott? You think he can do it?
until Jerry Jones let go of the vice grips he have over that team and his baby that he built up and won a Super Bowl back in the 80s and early 90s, until he let go and let somebody else run that organization, it's going to be the same results over and over and over and over and over and over. So
I don't see it happening, bro. I don't see it happening.
Right.
He got his way and he going to ride it out.
That's what it is. That's what it is.